Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're not doing a cook, but we are talking about our favourite cooks of 2020. Now last week I put out on Instagram a post asking you guys what your favourite cooks of 2020 were, and I said I would pick a winner and we're going to give away this Thermapen box. So this technically isn't a sponsored video, but Thermapen got in touch and asked if I want to give away one of their Juicy Bird boxes. Now for those that don't know, this is I think the second year in a row Thermapen have waged war against dry turkeys, and the only way to do that is to cook them to temperature and not time. So they have given us this box full of goodies to make sure that you can have a nice juicy bird this Christmas. So of course we have the Thermapen Professional in there. This is the same one I have, same colour too, best colour to have. But there's also other bits and pieces in here too. Good old turkey foil and keep it wrapped up once it's taken on a little bit too much colour. Pretty snazzy little notebook. I'm a massive notebook fan. Love them in all shapes and sizes. This is the one I write everything down in this thing. Anything to do with the channel, anything to do with stuff I have going on. Notebook is always handy to have, especially for cook notes. So with that in there, we have a timer, an extra big and loud timer, so you're definitely going to know if you need that, but we're not cooking to time. Don't know why this is in there. There's a few other bits and pieces in here too. Little fridge thermometer, meat lifting forks to get the turkey out of the tray, loads of little goodies. But as I say, I'm going to give it away to one of you guys. So on Instagram I asked you to tag me in your favourite cooks using the hashtag Barbechoo Fave Cook 2020, and we had quite a few come in, so we're going to go through some of them today. I will share what my favourite cook of 2020 was and why, and then we're going to pick a winner to send this box over to. So we'll leave that there to tempt you guys all through the video and see who's getting their hands on it, and we're going to start going through some of your cooks. So I have them all saved in my phone. We're going to go through them, talk a little bit about some of them. Unfortunately I don't have time to go through all of them, so I apologise if I haven't had time to go through yours, but I've picked out a few that I thought were quite interesting and we'll talk through what has gone into them. Before I get started, I am about to murder some Instagram names, so I apologise if I pronounce your name wrong or your username wrong. It's going to happen. So we're starting off with Will Swales, and he has submitted the ultimate curry burger. Now right off the bat I can see from the post that this was an entry into the Barbecue Brave competition that Smoking Elk had, but still that might have been your favourite cook of 2020, so that's not against the rules at all. So the ultimate curry burger, lots of inspiration from the Curry Guy. I have the first Curry Guy book, I don't have the Curry Guy Easy, but there are some incredible recipes in that book. A lot of ingredients go into most of them, but a lot of it can be prepared ahead of time as well. So I've done a few out of it and they are pretty nice. So there's quite a lot has gone into this. We have Raita, I don't know how to say that properly. A lamb keema smash burger, which sounds immense. Lime pickle, paneer, mini naan cooked in the uni, which I thought was quite nifty. You'd never think of putting a naan bread inside a burger, so not sure what that would taste like, but it looks impressive. Onion bhaji patty, again inspired. Mango chutney, tandoori style chicken fillet, and peppers in a brioche bun. Sounds like a lot going on inside that burger, but there's loads of different flavours going on. So the lamb keema is probably quite rich. Onion bhajis are awesome. You've got the lime pickle in there to give a little bit of sourness to it. And the mango chutney, again, sweetness, sourness, everything just sort of balances out together. So whilst it looks almost impossible to eat, which any good burger probably should look impossible to eat, I don't tend to stack mine up so much, but that definitely does look impressive. So I thought that one was pretty cool. Again, a lot of effort goes into making one burger, but there's so many different elements in there. I'm sure that took you a long time to get it ready. Okay, next up then we have Wolf Shack Barbecue with his picanha. The first picture in this little series of pictures looks awesome. The colour of the fat on top of that picanha looks incredible. So cooked up at feast today, as usual, pictures don't do the food justice. Doesn't matter what it looks like, it's all to do with taste. Start with the star of the show. The picanha was from Sherwood Foods. Never had one of their picanhas before. Dry brine and sea salt before rubbed in Firefly Santa Maria rub. Cooked it whole to start with to get the fat rendering, then took it off to rest. Now the method he has used I've never done before, so it was roasting it as a whole and then cutting it into steaks to sear them off. Not sure what difference that makes to it. I like mine quite pink in the middle, and I can see if I scroll through to the picture of it all chopped up, you've taken yours a little bit farther than I would usually have taken it. Now everybody cooks to their own taste, so I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I like that picanha to be nice and pink in the middle. So I think if I was to do it, cutting it into thick steaks and searing it off, I would need to go very thick and do a very fast hot sear on them. But it's definitely something I want to give a go in the future. So it's gone for a trio of meats here. There's a bone-in pork belly, and the photos of that thing, it looks so juicy. I do pork belly burnt ends quite a bit, but I've never really done a full slab of pork belly before using this method. So they've been rubbed with the Firefly Kansas rub and then finished off with Kansas City style barbecue sauce. Again, nice traditional barbecue flavours there on the pork belly, and it looks moist as anything. And then the final one was cheese and jalapeno sausages. So good old beef, pork belly and sausages, not a bad platter to have. Sides were also amazing, complemented the meat nicely. Texas slaw and potato salad. Again, traditional side dishes that are easy to prepare and go along with barbecue. So thought that was a pretty nifty cook, and clearly the picanha has blown you away. And I'm not surprised looking at it, it looks so tasty. So thanks for sending in your cook, much appreciated. All right, next up then, we are going to Smoking Scullery with his Sugar Pit Bacon Rack from Meat Peter. So that's the meat merchant in Moira over here. If none of you know about it, definitely you have to go and check it out. I've had his Sugar Pit bacon before, but I've never had the full rack roasted like this. I bought the Sugar Pit bacon chops and done them. They were incredible. But being in chop form and grilling them, it didn't quite come out just as good as this one here looks. So it says here, cooked at 140C for 2.5 hours on the Weber UK, served with cabbage and roasties. Sounds like a good honest dinner. I would love to have seen a little bit more to the post, so it's just a video of you taking that slice off. But you kind of tease us with it and don't give us anything else, but that in itself looks incredible. The amount of juice in them bacon chops looks unreal. Looks like you got a nice colour on the outside of it. I know the Sugar Pit bacon can catch. It's almost like that syrupy thing over the back of it, and if it gets too much heat, it can certainly catch. But you look like you've kept your colour really nice. So that looks phenomenal. Nice cook, mate. And I say glad you're doing big roast like that on the barbecue and getting results like that, because it is incredible. Okay, next up we have Risk It for a Brisket. I think we'd all risk it for a brisket. I love how I apologise for posting this at the start of the post. Just had to share this, and I realise it's been posted a gazillion times before, but when you create something that fulfills all of your expectations, you just can't help it. That's what cooking's all about. Whenever you're so happy with the results, you just have to post it over and over again. So they say in this is my version of the Angus and Oink Kelly Bab, complete with slaw and again raita. Now I have a feeling we're getting mixed up slightly, and I could be wrong, but the Kelly Bab is the chicken shawarma, and then I think Angus and Oink have their version of I think they call it the Scotty Bab, which is lamb as far as I know. But the second shot in this, with it all sliced up, man, that looks good. And it's a nice homemade slaw and the raita and the other stuff. Whenever you see it all finished off, all together, I bet that was so tasty. So nice one for giving it a go. I've never tried the Scotty Bab, so I must give it a try because it looks so good. And again, a nice one to do at home and sort of replicate that takeaway flavour. And the last one we're going to go through today is New Forest Smoking with his Yorkshire pudding wrap filled with pulled lamb shoulder, red cabbage, tender stem broccoli and a mint sauce. Man, this looks unreal. I have seen the whole Yorkshire pudding wrap done a couple of times, but I've never given it a try myself. But your pulled lamb looks unreal. That Yorkie, whenever you see it before it's rolled up, it looks incredible. The colour of the smoke ring and the lamb as well. And I can just imagine taking a bite out of that with everything that's in there. The red cabbage, nice bit of crunch from the tender stem broccoli. Don't know about mint. I'm not a fan of the whole mint and lamb thing, or at least the mint sauce anyway. I don't mind the mint flavour if it's used as a rub or something like that, but either way I'm not deducting points for that because it looks insane. And in this shot of it all rolled up and say cut through the middle, I can just imagine taking a bite of that and the flavours that would be in there. So that is such a stunning cook and a really nice way. You could have put it inside a flatbread or done it in wraps, but no, going the extra mile and making your own Yorkie wraps looks incredible. So as I said, this is the last one we're going to go through today. Thanks to everyone who put their entries in. I will announce who is winning the box in just a minute. But first off, we're going to go through what my favourite cook was. And this one is one I did a couple of times, and it's not really for the actual cook itself. It's more for what it represented at the time. So my favourite cook was our chicken fillet burger live cook along. We did this at the start of May during lockdown. I think this was actually when I was coming to the end of my lockdown. I went back to work we did the cook along on the Saturday, I went back to work on the Monday. But I started doing live streaming. I've always wanted to do live streaming, and I started it during lockdown because there was, let's face it, nothing else to do. And we done a few cook alongs, but the chicken fillet burger was one that everybody wanted to see. And it was kind of appropriate that it was the last one I've done. So the chicken fillet burger itself, whilst it was tasty, it was more about everybody taking their mind off lockdown for a little while and jumping on to a live stream for an hour and cooking along and making something good food. That was the last live stream I've done. I haven't done it since, but in 2021 it's something I definitely want to go back to. I was a little bit nervous doing it at the start, but as we went through them, I tried to do sort of one a week during lockdown, and they definitely worked. I had such good fun chatting with you guys back and forward. Me sitting talking to a camera like this is one thing, but whenever you guys can actually answer back, it just takes everything to the whole new level. So that was my favourite cook, not necessarily for the reason of the actual burger itself, but more that there was a whole group of people that were cooking along with it as well and chatting and having a bit of fun with it, and it kind of kept everybody's mind occupied for a little while, because let's face it, 2020 has been the year that we've all needed a distraction. So I'll leave a link up here to that live stream replay if you want to give it a go. I think the recipe's still on my website somewhere if you want to give the burgers a try if you didn't get a chance to do them for the live stream. But that only leaves one thing left, and that is to decide who is getting this. Now, first off, I want to say thanks to Thermapen for getting in touch and allowing me to give one of these boxes away to you guys. Ideally this would have been for a turkey cook, but we've already done our turkey cooks this year on the channel, so I think you guys get the idea of cooking to temperature and not time and why that's so important. And I have talked endlessly about how the Thermapen is the one item that will improve your cooking. So I'm glad that this is going to go to someone that can use it, and hopefully it helps improve their cooking. It was hard choosing between them all. Again, thank you so much to everybody that entered, but I'll stop going on about it and delaying the process. I'm going to give this box to New Forest Smoking for his pulled lamb Yorkshire pudding wrap. It was kind of hard choosing between them because all of them had different bits and pieces in there that I really wanted to try. But that one was one that has kind of stuck in my head since I've seen him posting it, and I would love to give it a try, and I think I will give it a try at some point. We'll maybe do it on the channel because I don't know if I could make a Yorkie as good as he did, but I think it could be a good fun to do it. So mate, the box is yours. Get in touch with me on Instagram or on YouTube, or send a raven, whatever you need to do, and I will get your details off you and we'll get this put in the post so it is with you before Christmas. Again, thanks to everybody else that entered, and a huge thanks to Thermapen as well for once again supporting the channel. I've always loved their products, and they've always been so generous when it comes to the channel too. They've supported it from the very start, so I really appreciate that from them too. They are a phenomenal company, and I really like working with them. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.